early in kidney disease, well before we sometimes even see other markers. But let's dive straight into it. Just what have you been finding?
It's a good question, and it's a really important clarification point for seeking.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-founder of the Kidney Disease Solution, Kidney Coach, and our supplement range, Kygenesis. And I'm joined again today by the wonderful Jessiana Seville. She is the leading renal dietitian at Kidney Nutritional Institute. She has been in the kidney industry for a long time. She's a leader in the field. She's training other renal dietitians and speaking at lots of programs and seminars. But she's also just a wealth of knowledge and an amazing person. Jessiana, thank you for joining me again and welcome back. What we wanted to dig in today, a bit more importantly, is just the role of phosphorus, which is Jess and I have had so many conversations. We often get together before a podcast and just really just like go down the rabbit hole of what do you think's driving this and that. And we've been having this deep dive and digging into the role of both nitrogen and phosphorus and how it plays into kidney disease. But we're going to go down the rabbit hole of phosphorus today because that's one we definitely see. It's one we know. And I think it's a mechanism that goes out very early in kidney disease, well before we sometimes even see other markers. But let's dive straight into it. Just what have you been finding? So I know you sent me some amazing research right before we jumped on here. So I know you've gone further down the rabbit hole than where I've gone with it all. Where are you at with phosphorus? And first off, what is phosphorus? And then let's dig into
it. It's a good question, and it's a really important clarification point for CKD and dialysis and what it's thought of and thought about. So when somebody gets diagnosed with kidney disease, and if you're watching this, that's probably where you're at. A lot of times people go on and they Google, what can I eat with kidney disease? And they see all this information about cut potassium out of your diet, cut phosphorus out of your diet. We've done multiple podcasts on potassium, so go check those out. But with phosphorus, it's really interesting on where it historically fits in the kidney world, but also what is missed. So historically in the kidney world, people that are on dialysis were recommended to follow a low phosphorus diet because when you don't have kidney function, you get this really weird metabolism of this mineral. It's a mineral in your body. It's a very important mineral that's used for tons of functions. One of the big highlighted ones, which is not the only one, but it's the one that gets all the attention, is your bone mineral metabolism. So how phosphorus drives this mineralization of your bone and how it balances with calcium. So for dialysis patients, people with very minimal kidney function or even late stage kidney disease, this marker in the blood was always seen as going up. And the intervention that is commonly used, this is a core intervention. Your dialysis unit, if you're on dialysis, people on dialysis, their dialysis unit is graded on the overall phosphorus levels of patients because it's highly linked to cardiovascular events like heart attack or stroke.
Yes.
So it gets a ton of attention if you have kidney disease, but it's primarily given attention from this lens of bone mineral disease and cardiovascular disease, and that's it, right? It really just kind of gets in this really like narrow area that we think about phosphorus. But for chronic kidney disease, there's a lot of relevance when it comes to progression, but it's super hard to see in the labs, and that's why it doesn't get a lot of attention.
Yeah, and it's funny because again, before we hit record, we're like, how, we've got a theory, maybe some people are more nitrogen sensitive, some people are more phosphorus sensitive, and that's where it comes to diet and keto analogs and protein, but that's for another podcast. But we were like, how can we see it in the labs? And it is one of those things, the way that phosphorus is moving inside all these different pathways, that it might not be phosphorus specifically that we see it in, like I know we will see it in something called FGF23, vitamin D, clotho, and calcium, but it's still really hard to then translate that back and know. And like FGF23 and clotho, we don't measure it. I don't think any labs have really yet got an accurate way of doing that. That would probably give information. we generally take a guess that we know when the parathyroid and vitamin D is moving, that pathway is probably out. That's how I know that pathway is out, when we see changes in the parathyroid and very low vitamin D, which is a very normal thing for me to see. I'm pretty sure vitamin D works very closely with phosphorus, the Klotho, and the FGF23 pathway. But you've gone down the rabbit hole if there's even more pathways, and because phosphorus being such a key mineral in the way the body works. So if you want to know more about what we do, head to kidneycoach.com. As Jessiana mentioned, you can go find our articles there, get on our newsletter list. It means we'll notify you when we put up new articles. Head to our Facebook page, our Instagram page, and there's a whole pile of great resources on communnutritionalinstitute.org as well, like free recipes and a whole pile of other good things. And I know Jessiana and her team are about to launch their new and we'll have to send the details out, but their new polycystic kidney disease program is about to be launched in a couple of weeks. So you'll have make sure you tell us next time you're on, Jess, and we'll make sure we let everybody know about that as well.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
All right. Hit like and subscribe. We'll see you all next time, Jessiana. Thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate you.